Hello, how are you? All safe and well, I hope. Des Hannigan here with another flash fiction story for you. Now, you may notice I'm wearing a very different hat from the one I was wearing the last time we met. This is called a packall. It looks just like an Andy cap actually, or if you pulled it down to the side, it would look like a tam o' shanter. But no, it's very specific to North Pakistan, to the Chitral province especially, that lies on the border with Afghanistan, where the packall is also common headgear. Magnificent country, engulfed by the mighty Hindu Kush, Hindu Raj and Karakoram mountains, cut between with lush, well-irrigated valleys full of delicious fruit and vegetables. I got this packall in Chitral town in 1999. There was a military coup going on in Pakistan at the time, but it had nothing to do with me, honest. No one in Chitral could care less. They'd rather watch cricket. They were used to this kind of thing. Now, I'm wearing the packall because this story is about an incident in the late 19th century in the province of Kunar, which is now part of Afghanistan, during a time when Britain was neck deep in a great game. A neat metaphor for our obsessive fear that Russia might send its armies across the mighty Pamir Mountains to invade Imperial India and steal all the goodies that we were already stealing. A lot of bad things happened in those days, and this story is about a dreadful incident that took place in a remote British Army outpost in Kunar province. It's called Backfire. It was the lieutenant's fault. The captain cleared us troopers of any blame. It was Lieutenant St. John Fine's bleeding fault. A foul bully was St. John Fine's. Us squaddies hated him and his brutal ways. He'd been to Eton. Got expelled for beating a fag half to death. Then on he went to officers' college. Nearly got cashiered for beating a batman half to death. But St. John Fine's father was a big cheese in the government. So he was banished for a couple of years to Kunar, into the deployment of death, with the rest of us doomed souls. Now out here, St. John Fine's could keep his head down, cobble up a bit of military glory, then off he'd go for a lucrative post with the East India Company, or even back to London for a seat in Parliament. But being sent to Kunar suited St. John Fine's down to the ground. It gave him free rein across the desolation. He never tired of killing and torturing any poor local who fell among us. He was a madman. His big target was Abdul-ul-Haq, the leader of the local resistance. A brave man was ul-Haq. Us squaddies had some respect for him, even although he and his men were picking us off like skittles. He was doing nothing more than defending his home turf and his people. We were in the country for no other reason than that's what us Brits did. Poke our noses in all over the place. Now, we were supposed to be keeping the local population quiet, but St. John Fine's went too far by half. He devastated ul-Haq's village just for the cruel fun of it. He slaughtered ul-Haq's wife and kids, beat up old men and women, raped any poor girl found herding off limits. Us squaddies were forced to go along with it all. I tried to stop him once and I got a week in the cage for my pains. Now, the day that we caught Abdul-ul-Haq was St. John Fine's day of delight. The captain wanted ul-Haq sent to headquarters over 200 miles away. There was no chance. We'd never have got him through rebel country in those high desert mountains. The locals knew them as well as St. John Fine's knew the playing fields of Eton. So St. John Fine's got his way. He tortured ul-Haq near to death, before old Hack was tied to a post in the main compound for execution by firing squad. The captain was too weak a man to stop all of this. He had let St. John Fynes take over the camp long before. But even then, St. John Fynes couldn't do things properly. He lined 5 of us up in the blistering noonday heat with rifles raised, aimed at old Hack. Rifles up and then rifles down. We sweated rivers. St. John Fynes blew cigar smoke in old Hack's face, and he punched him in the gut, taunted him cruelly. Rifles up again, rifles down. The sweat near blinding us by now, our trigger fingers itching and slithering about. For one last time, St. John Fynes made to step aside and let us get on with it. But no. Back he came to take poor old Hack by the throat, mock him and spit in his face. We could hardly see for sweat, so it wasn't our fault that just then the kitchen stove burst into flames and Fat Cookie rushed out of the mess tent yelling, "Fire!" We buried St. John Fynes and old Hack alongside each other with full military honours. The captain cleared the firing squad of any blame for the accidental shooting of St. John Fynes. Killed in action was how the captain reported his death. Extreme bravery in the face of overwhelming odds. We were the overwhelming odds, even though it wasn't our bleeding fault. Honest. Backfire.